From Washington, this is VOA News. I'm David DeForest reporting search teams in the Mediterranean are looking for the wreckage of the EgyptAir jet that crashed into the sea Thursday. The plane with 66 people on board was approaching Cairo on a flight from Paris when it disappeared from radar. Egyptian officials say terrorism is a possible cause of the crash, but aviation experts warn against speculation, saying it is too soon to draw conclusions. China is demanding the U.S. cease close surveillance along the country's coast following what the Pentagon described as an unsafe encounter between two Chinese fighter jets and a U.S. military plane. The Pentagon said the two Chinese jets intercepted a U.S. reconnaissance plane on a routine patrol Tuesday in international airspace over the South China Sea. A Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman denies the Pentagon's version of what happened, saying Chinese planes kept at a safe distance and did not take any dangerous actions. Despite opposition from Israel, the U.S. will attend the France-sponsored talks next month in Paris on renewing the Israeli-Palestinian peace process. Secretary of State John Kerry told reporters at NATO headquarters in Brussels Thursday that he will attend the talks. Kerry said restarting the peace process, or at least keeping the path open to do so, remains a U.S. priority. NATO has officially invited Montenegro to become its 29th member. NATO foreign ministers signed the accession protocol in Brussels Thursday as Montenegrin Prime Minister Milo Đukanović looked on. All 28 legislative bodies, including the U.S. Senate, must ratify the protocol before Montenegro can join. The move angered Russia, which is already threatening sanctions. This is VOA News. The Nigerian army says a second schoolgirl kidnapped by Boko Haram militants more than 2 years ago in a raid on her school has been rescued. The first of the Chibok girls to be rescued from Boko Haram militants appeared before journalists in the Nigerian capital Abuja on Thursday. Amina Ali said nothing during the news conference, sitting slumped in a chair. The UN Special Envoy for Syria, Staffan de Mistura, says no date for the resumption of suspended intra-Syrian peace talks will be fixed until the warring parties agree to a cessation of hostilities. Lisa Schlein has more.
The UN mediator says he is in a hurry to restart the Syria peace talks that were suspended at the end of April. But Staffan de Mistura says it will not happen until certain conditions are met.
If we don't have the atmosphere conducive for increasing the cessation of hostilities tenure, and we don't get what we've been asking and everyone has been asking, a substantial improvement on humanitarian access, then the credibility of the next round of talks will be in question.
The Syrian opposition's High Negotiations Committee vows not to return to the negotiating table until the fighting stops. Lisa Schlein, Geneva.
Roadside bombs have killed 11 civilians and a top army commander in Afghanistan. A local official says the civilian casualties occurred late Thursday when a vehicle carrying the victims of an earlier explosion hit an improvised explosive device. The official says 2 women and 5 children are among the dead. The blast occurred hours after officials in southern Kandahar province confirmed General Abdul Basir Shirwan was killed in a roadside bomb explosion. Democratic presidential frontrunner Hillary Clinton has labeled presumptive Republican nominee Donald Trump divisive and dangerous. Clinton made some of her most scathing criticisms of Trump yet in an interview Thursday on CNN. Lawyers for an Iranian-Turkish national arrested in March on charges of conspiring to evade U.S. sanctions against Iran have asked a federal court to set a $50 million bond for his release until trial. Reza Zarrab is one of 3 people charged in what prosecutors allege was a 5-year scheme involving millions of dollars in transactions on behalf of the Iranian government and businesses. American journalist Morley Safer has died at the age of 84. For 46 years, Safer was a fixture on the CBS television news program 60 Minutes. His death came just days after he retired from the network. CBS said he had been in declining health. In Washington, I'm Dave DeForest.
That's the latest world news from VOA.